Afternoon, ladies and gents. Just coming on very quickly to share this project with you. Nice, quick, simple and easy. And it's going to resemble a gift bag. So we're going to start off with a piece of card that measures 8.5 by 12 inches. And you're going to score it on the short side. Okay, you're going to score it at 2 1/8 and 6 3/8. Okay, all the way down 2 1/8 and 6 3/8. And then on your long side you're going to score at 1 3/8. Okay, all the way down, and 6 1/2, which is there. Okay, I hope you can see that with this light. So that's all the score lines that you should have. Okay, so again, that's a piece of cardstock which measures 8.5 by 12. On the short side, which is your 8.5 side, you're going to score it at 2 1/8 and at 6 3/8. Okay, and on your long side you're going to score it at 1 3/8, which is that one there, and 6 1/2, which is that one there that you can see, this one. Okay, now we're going to do some cutting away. So we're going to get rid of these two little oblongs here, and you're just going to notch in ever so slightly, a bit more than that. Okay, so that's what you've taken away, that little oblong. Okay, and again the same on the other side. I'll take this one away. Okay, so that's what it should look like now at the bottom. Okay, and now this next one, you can either do it with your trimmer or do it with the scissors. You're going to remove this whole oblong on either side. Okay, so I'm just going to do mine with my scissors because I forgot to bring my trimmer in with me. And I've only got my short scissors because I'm waiting for my long spring-loaded ones to turn up, so I'm having to cope with my short ones. Get off. Okay, so that's your long bit gone. And you're going to do exactly the same on this side. But as I say, you can use your trimmer if you don't feel confident enough with a pair of scissors to cut that big of. Right, let me move this rubbish out the way. So that's what you should be left with. Okay, so you've removed the two smaller rectangles and you've removed the 2 bigger rectangles, and that's what you should be left with. So now you're going to burnish all them score lines. Okay, and now on to your second piece that you're going to need. And this piece is 8.5 width by 6.5 length. Okay, and you're going to score it. Let me just move my scissors out the way. You're going to score at 2 1/8 and 6 3/8, exactly the same as the one we done at the top. So it's 2 1/8 and 6 3/8, and then you're going to turn it to the short side, and you're going to just make 1 score at 1 3/8. Okay, and we're not going to do any cutting on this whatsoever. You're just going to burnish them score lines. Right, one thing we are going to do, and we're going to do it to the other piece as well, on these corners here, you're going to round them. You're going to round both of them together so that they line up. Okay, and you're going to round these 2 together. You just fold it back on itself and put it in your rounder so that you're left with that. Okay, and all you're going to do now is cut up these bottom ones and just wedge in a little bit. So we'll cut them up straight. See, trying to get used to these scissors. So we're just going to cut straight up and wedge in. Okay, so that's all we're doing to that, and we've just rounded the top. Okay, so now we're going to bring back in our other piece, and this big bit that we cut the big oblongs off, you're just going to round them corners like so. Is that all I want around? Yeah. And now we're going to put our DSP on, and you're going to need 3 pieces of DSP that measure 3 7/8 widthways and 4 7/8 lengthways. Okay, so I've got 3 pieces. Okay, and I'm just going to use snail for speed. Now, if you're going to do it with DSP that has a matching pattern, please take note of which way your pattern is going. Okay, mine hasn't, so I'm not worried. So, put some snail on. You can take time with yours, and the snails just run out. And we're just going to line that up, and it'll just give a bit of a border. Okay. I have to use contraband for this piece. I'm waiting for a delivery, so Okay, and that piece is going to go on the back. If you line it up. Okay, so that's just going to go on the back there. And then this other piece, I'm just going to round the corners off it. And that's just going to go on to there. Okay, and give us, again, a nice little border. So again, just line it up. Okay, and now what you're going to do is you're going to line this up with this side and you're going to glue it down. I forgot to round them corners. So you're going to line it up with that one and glue it down. Okay, so for speed, again, I am hoping that this snail will last, this contraband. If you're going to do it and give it to somebody, I would recommend using a fast grab wet glue. Am I even in shot? Do you know, so you're just going to line it up and then you're just going to line it up properly. No, don't stick, don't stick. Ah. Try it again, Mel. What you're aiming to do is just line that up with that score line there. And we've got it this time. And because I'm using snail, I'm just going to give that a quick so it sticks. Okay, and now what we're going to do is exactly the same on the other side. I'm going to stick adhesive. I'll stick it on this one. And don't get it all over your table because it'll stick on everything. Okay, and you're just going to line it up with that score line. And again, take your bone folder and give it a good burnish. Okay, now we know that this is the front of our box, so you just fold in there, fold in your both sides, fold that one in and then stick it down. Okay, and I am going to use some tear and tape. Just put some tear and tape on there. And then just make sure it's lined up. Oops. Stick it down. Get rid of that before you stab yourself. And then just on the inside, just give it a good burnish so that it's stuck. Okay, and that's going to become our bag. Okay, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to, is that me big one? Yeah. I'm just going to eyeball this and come in towards the middle. And put a hole in, and what I want to do while I'm here is grab a pencil and just put a little mark in there. Thought I could missed it then. Let me just make sure it's straight. Okay, and what I've done is I've took my 1/8 of an inch grosgrain ribbon and I've just threaded it through a button, because normally when I make stuff like this I give to my granddaughter, and especially with Valentine's Day coming up, so I didn't want to use a magnet and I didn't want to use a brad, so this was my happy alternative for little fingers. So thread that one through, and put the other one through if you can. Pokey tool always helps. Why is it the little things that give you the most bother? Okay, there we go. So I've just threaded my button through, so I mean you can hardly see that on the inside, and if you're worried about it, just cover it with a piece of paper. See, you can hardly notice it. And then you're going to thread that through your lid once you bring it down. Now this is the handle, because I did say it was a little bag. So all we're going to do is, you can either put it round with brads, or you can glue it, or whatever you choose. I know mine's a bit lopsided, I've just bent it with the bent folder. Oh dear Mel. So there you go. Okay, so just for film's sake, I'm just going to stick mine on with some tearing tape. But as I say, you can either use wet glue, brads, whatever you wish. And then we'll decorate the front up. Okay, stick that in there so I don't poke myself. So you just take it to your side, decide on how low down you want it. Good burnish. Take it over to this side again. Thread your ribbons through your top. Don't worry about the ends of the ribbon because you're going to cut them off. You're not going to leave them all tatty. Okay, now to do a bow. Come on, get yourself lined up. Right, tie a little bow. Oh, come on, line up. It will line up, it's just that I've got mine lobboed on the bonk. It's been on the drink, I think. And just what we need, twisty ribbon. Okay, so we can cut them ends off. Okay, so there's our closure, and just to decorate this up, I've got that terribly on the wonk. I've got some butterflies and some flowers because my granddaughter loves butterflies and she loves flowers. So I'm going to take my bone folder to my butterflies. Give it some life, and I'm going to put this down here, and I'm going to take a red one and I'll put that on the top. Give it some life. That can go up there, and then we've got some flowers, diamantes, pearls will do. Give them a poke. Grab some pearls. Throw them round yourself. Oh. Again, throw it round yourself. Okay. I should have coloured some of these red, shouldn't I? Some. Never mind. Because you can colour these basic pearls and rhinestones with Sharpies. So you can, and let them dry, but we haven't got time to be letting anything dry. What am I looking for? Glue dots, that's what I'm looking for. So take your glue dots, put your flutterbys on. My kids used to always laugh at me when I called butterflies flutterbys. And the other day, I don't know what my youngest daughter was looking at. Anyway, she come in, she said, Mum, you know the way you used to call butterflies flutterbys? I said, yeah. She said, do you know that was what they were actually called? I said, no. Stuck that in the wrong place. Oh, Mel, get it together. Right, that one's going to go there. The red one can go in the middle there. And another white one to the side there. So there you go, ladies. Now mine's a bit on the wonk, but I'm sure if you take more time, yours won't be. I'll just go through the dimensions again for you. Okay, so you're going to need a piece of card that is 8.5 by 12. On the 12-inch side, you're going to score it. Sorry, on the 8.5-inch side, you're going to score it at 2 1/8 and 6 3/8. On the 12-inch length, you're going to score it at 1 3/8 and 6.5. You're going to cut away the 2 tabs at the bottom and the 2 large oblongs at the top. Then on your second piece of card, which measures 8.5 by 6.5, you're going to score on the 8.5 side at 2 1/8 and 6 3/8, and then on the short side you're going to score it at 1 3/8. Okay. Your DSP, you need 3 pieces at 3 7/8 by 4 7/8. Your strap is 1 inch by 12 inches long, so that's going to form your strap. Mine's all lifting because I've only used snail. And then just embellish it however you choose. Okay, ladies and gents, thanks for watching. I'll speak to you all soon. Take care for now. Bye.